Everyone knows the dangers that firefighters face when battling a blaze, but there is a less visible danger: exposure over time to toxic fumes and hazardous materials. This leads to long-term health problems that they experience over time. The Peoria Fire Medical Department is taking a proactive approach with their cancer prevention program, and today we're learning about it. Division Chief Claire, thank you so much for being here with us today and talking about something that's really important. And I think the more we talk about it, the more people understand just the high risks that firefighters face every day. Of course, fighting a fire, going into a burning building, you would imagine inherently dangerous. But it is the less visible dangers that stay with firefighters for years: hazardous materials exposure and toxic fumes, leading them to experience cancers at a much higher risk than other individuals.
Absolutely. I think when everybody gets into wanting to be a firefighter, they think about the movies, the TV shows, all the heroics that come from there. But they don't think about that over a almost 28-year career. What we're averaging here in the Valley is that the exposures that you're going to have, the hazardous materials, a variety of type that we get exposed to on all the different calls that we're going on. And most recently with the PFAS studies that are coming into play, tied into some of that stuff maybe in our turnout gears all around, those forever chemicals they bind inside and go from there. I think, that's the stuff that goes over the course of your career. The problem with that is this hit home for us, right? In the city of Peoria here, we've lost 3 of our firefighters to occupational cancer. Most recently, Captain Dave Ranke and Captain David Stutzman, but it very first started out with brain cancer in John Valentine, a firefighter of ours there. Luckily, we've been in an organization that has been committed to building those things. And I think what we're doing here in the Valley all the way around is huge, trying to fight some of those statistics. It says that firefighters are anywhere between 9% and 500% more at risk of getting cancers. Now that varies greatly. 500% more at risk for our female firefighters to develop cervical cancer. That's a staggering number.
You, as a whole, a department, are really intentional about doing things proactively. Some of those steps are something like double sets of turnouts and things like that. You guys have really laid out a framework and a plan to be able to hopefully be as proactive as possible in mitigating some of those risks.
100%. It wasn't always that way. It was like this badge of honor or this jealousy that came in when you came in and the station smelled like smoke, the truck smelled like smoke. We've moved away from that. In 2023, right, 72% of the deaths that we put on the wall at our firefighter memorial were from cancer. That's crazy. The city of Peoria jumped on this early when we came into play and things that we were going at. The first thing that started out with was what you mentioned, double set of turnouts, making sure that we were washing them more often, having turnover. Went to a new hood policy that allowed us to trade those out to make sure that we're not keeping all those chemicals locked into some of these spots that absorb everything that's going on. Implemented a new on-scene decon procedure. It meant we were getting that stuff off of us faster, and then tied that into a decon procedure when you got home, not only to get it off of us and the clothes, but get it off the truck, off the tools, going from there. Most recently, some of the things that we've had come into play is we're going to a more clean cab concept, which means that we're getting all the gear out of the trucks. Currently, SCBAs are moving to the outside. Pretty soon, it'll be that turnouts are no longer inside where we're riding, to call, so we're not getting those other potential exposures that are coming into play. We've been lucky enough to have screenings going on now, but we're going to full body MRIs that are happening every 5 years for your entire career. And we've even implemented it that in the last year that you're leaving from the job, we scan you one more time to ensure that, hey, before you go, we're giving you the cleanest bill of health that we possibly can, or we're catching anything. And we've turned that over with our union, pulling in and actually getting retirees scanned after the fact because they're covered. We want to make sure that those occupational cancers are being caught as early as we possibly can.
And I understand these types of screenings are helping, that you are finding cancers earlier on in some of your members, which we've learned early detection is key in any type of cancer. And I imagine this is helping to save lives.
Well, that's the hope. The sad thing is to sit here while we're actually talking about this is we have 3 of our members currently that this was caught, and they're actually going through treatments as we speak. We lost 2 of our brothers in 493. just this last month, the cancer. So this is something that's right up there in the forefront. If firefighters want to come out, they want to work, they want to put their lives on the line, that they know that the city has their back to make sure that not only are we getting them screened so they can go over their families, like you said earlier, to catch that on the detection, but is to make sure that those occupational cancers, are covered when it does, or if it does occur, like we're dealing with right now, unfortunately.
Thank you never ever seems enough when I say thank you to you all, but really, truly, with the deepest gratitude. I know the public thanks you, your community thanks you. You choose to do this every day, to sacrifice day in and day out for people in your community. So thank you. As always, thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for more episodes as we focus on the issues that matter to you.